Hey, this is Sam Black with my first match with Dredge in Modern. I'm on the play, and we're looking to see if this hand does anything, and it doesn't, so I will mulligan. And this hand also doesn't really do anything. I mean, I could play a land and then another land and then cast Life from the Loam and then start dredging, but that's very slow. I think I'd rather take another shot at having a fast draw, and this is potentially a fast draw. I will keep this. I really do want a second land, but I'm gonna it doesn't matter what I do with this guy. I'm pretty sure I'm on the play. Yeah, I'm on the play, and I'm gonna shuffle before I do anything, so it just doesn't matter. I'm not gonna wait and draw a second land. I want to get doing things now. I'm gonna Faithless Looting rather than playing the Neonate because I don't have a Dredge card in my hand to discard to get started, so I'm looking to draw one. Let me just adjust my little preview window. Alright. Given my hand, I think I want to have a green in play so that I can dredge Dakmar Salvage to get to the point where I can cast Life from the Loam. And I didn't find a dredge card, so I'll just discard my cards that do something in my graveyard. And now I'm just going to take some more shots at finding some business. I'm just going to crack this first to try to find a dredge card. I don't think I need black mana right now, so I'm just going to get a mountain. I assume I'm playing against the Stone Rain deck, like land destruction into Inferno Titan. So let's Faithless Looting, discard Life from the Loam and Prized Amalgam, and then Faithless Looting again, dredging Life from the Loam. And I did not find another dredge card, so I'm going to discard Life from the Loam and Mountain so that I can dredge Life from the Loam, and then get back a bunch of lands and cast Neonate. This will need to be modified if my opponent destroys my Stomping Ground, which is somewhat likely, and would be pretty bad for me. In fact, there's a reasonable case for having discarded Neonate and kept Mountain, so that I could just Mountain Bloodghast and get back the two Prized Amalgams and attack with them. In fact, I think that probably would have been smarter, but it looks like I'm not getting punished. Alright, so now we loan back some lands. And I'll just play a Mountain, triggering my Bloodghast, triggering my Prized Amalgams. Cast Insolent Neonate, and I think that I should sack my Neonate now to dredge Stinkweed Imp, because if I hit another Prized Amalgam, then these Prized Amalgams coming back will put it into play, and that would be good. So I'm going to discard this, discard Mountain, Dredge, Stinkweed Imp. And I didn't hit anything relevant. That'll kill all my guys, but I'm not that attached to my guys, and it will take my opponent's turn, so that's not a big deal. I think that Arbor Elf's interaction with Magic Online destroyed my opponent's attempt to cast Bonfire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my opponent wanted to Bonfire me and got destroyed by the relatively horrible programming of, or well, I mean the programming's fine, it's just the way that it has to work, but the really awkward way that Arbor Elf interacts with Magic Online. Alright, that kills my green, but I still have this, so I should be able to find another. I'm going to Dredge Life in the Loam. I don't want to get Grave Troll because I don't want to mill all of my green sources, and I do want to be building up a mana base here. I hit Narcomoeba and Bloodghast. So let's get those things into play. I guess I might as well attack. And let's get Stomping Ground. Pay 2 life. And at this point I could like Dredge Faithless Looting to try to go faster, but I think that I want to play a more defensive game against my opponent's strategy and get back mana producing lands to be able to keep casting spells. I kind of have enough pressure. This also builds toward a larger Conflagrate. Which will help if I find myself needing to kill an Inferno Titan, which would not be a surprising position to end up in here. So there's an Inferno Titan. Arbor Elf hits me, that doesn't matter. And I will Dredge Life in the Loam again. And now I can cast Life in the Loam, getting back 3 lands. But 3 lands, I don't want them. That puts me up to 7 cards, but I don't have enough mana to cast the Conflagrate or however it's pronounced. So let's think this through. If I play Mountain, I go down to 6 cards, at which point I could kill Inferno Titan. However, if I just attack with everything and Inferno Titan blocks Prized Amalgam, then my opponent takes 5, going to 6, which means that this would be lethal. So let's take that line and just attack with everything. Alright, and we did it. So, I'm not sure what hate exactly I'm supposed to expect from the land destruction deck. It's a list that I know of, but am not deeply familiar with. So, I'm not exactly sure how I should be sideboarding. say the least. I really have no idea. I think that I want Dark Blast because my opponent has Arbor Elf and probably Birds of Paradise. Usually Dark Blast is a substitution for Life from the Loam, but I don't want to cut Life from the Loam because my opponent is playing a land destruction deck. So that's not the card I'm going to cut. I could potentially cut a Bloodghast, I think. And I'm thinking about what else. Lightning Axe is also on the table as a card that I might want. It's not big enough to kill Inferno Titan, but it does kill dragons and Baloth and stuff. I think Tormenting Voice is a little on the expensive side, potentially. I'm not sure if that's actually a card I should be boarding out. I think when in doubt, I should err toward changing relatively little. So let's just do this for now and then see if we have a problem. This hand is functional if and only if my opponent has a mana creature. But even then, it's kind of slow. I'm gonna take another shot. This is probably a little better. I'm gonna keep it anyway. Perfect. Now it sounds very good. I think I'm just going to lead Mountain because I want to protect the green source in my hand. Discard this, dredge it. How'd we do? Not well. We got a Stinkweed Imp to start going next turn, but didn't get anything active in the graveyard. Alright, my opponent. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to see. Well, at least my opponent doesn't have the mana to activate it right now, so I might be able to get something going. I guess I'll get rid of this Neonate. I don't think I have a way to use it. I didn't bring in Knot of the Bone. Alright, so Narcomoeba comes in. I just want to try to force an activation, but I want to keep Grave. Well, no. Let's see. I think I want to just try to put Prize Milk in my graveyard and hit another Narcomoeba and get a large enough board before this relic does its thing. So let's dredge a Grave Troll and see what happens. Got an Narcomoeba. have to decide if I want to dredge a grave troll or a life from loam. And I'm just gonna try to go big, I guess, and get the grave troll. Yeah. Didn't get an extra prize amalgam, but this is an okay start. So now my opponent basically has to break the relic. Wow, not breaking it. Okay. Do I want to dredge when my graveyard's about to get relicked? And that basically comes down to, do I want a life from loam in my hand? And I think the answer is no. Now I get a Bloodghast. That's nice. So my opponent's really just letting me use Faithless Looting if I want. Well, might as well accept the offer. I'm not going to dredge because the relic. Discard 2 grave trolls, I guess. Keeping 1. It's either that or I could discard a land. I guess I'll just discard Bloodstained Mire. No, there's probably another basic to find. I'll just discard Copperline Gorge. Or I mean another non-basic to find. Or land, rather, just in general. Is there though? There wasn't a lot when I... Sorry, I need to figure out my land situation. I have a mountain, no other stomping grounds. No, wait, 1 stomping ground. I think there's at least a stomping ground left. Alright, I'm gonna discard this. I think I want to attack Chandra. My opponent has a lot of life. Alright, so my opponent is using Relic to make me slow down and play a fair game, and then go over the top of it with Inferno Titan. Which is a reasonable strategy. At this point, I'm basically obligated to dredge life from the loam. And I still didn't find a single conflagrate. So I think how do I beat Inferno Titan? It's not going to be easy. Inferno Titan is currently threatening to hit me for 9, 10, 11, 12. Chandra makes it 13, and then like a red source is lethal. Or if I take damage from a fetch land, I'm dead. Assuming I can't block the Inferno Titan. I don't have the ability to cast Grave Patrol. I don't think there's a way that I can win this one. Maybe I have to just dredge a lot and see if my opponent just continues to refuse to use Relic for too long, and I get to put a bunch of good things into play. Not exactly sure what that looks like. Alright, well, that's gone, but no. So yeah, I'm just dead. I only have 10 cards in my library. Alright, so I wonder if I just want explosives for mana. No, it's so low impact. Maybe I want, I guess on the play I want Thoughtseize for Relic and just Inferno Titan, because my opponent's like mana guys into doing a single big thing deck. And let's see. I think I have to cut at least one of these, just because the rest of the engine is too hard to cut. And trim a Neonate and a Deckmar Salvage, I guess. This looks quite good. I can't Thoughtseize right away, but other than that, I have everything I'm looking for. So I'll lead with this guy. Bloodghast, Prized Amalgam, Grave Troll quite well. So, and a Conflagrate. Alright, so now it's Faithless Looting to try to find a black source potentially. Or to just dredge more. I can't dredge more. Alright, finding a black source would be good. And I get to discard these things. Did not find a black source. I want Prized Amalgam to come back. And I guess I just want to dredge a bunch. Play this to get Bloodghast. And that's all I can do. I think that I should just keep dredging at this point. There's a life from loam, which I'm happy to see. Now I just start clocking. Oh, I should have flashed this back, killing the elf and hitting my opponent for 3. That was a pretty big mistake. Just didn't think about it. Alright, so now the situation is that I should just dredge life from loam. And attack with everything. And now my opponent is at 5, and I can just do this for lethal. So I guess it worked out fine. Alright, Conflagrate was quite good. Even when I didn't use it when I possibly should have. It still won me both games that I won.